The PTO is not engaging. We're gonna have to get in deep on this one. Tag along, let's see what we find. What we gotta do is get in here and split this cover right here. So all this crap has to come off, and that's full of axle oil, hydraulic oil, universal tractor fluid. So we're gonna try and pump most of that off to save what we can.
I'll be up shortly.
Don't rush shortly, gotta have well, I need that.
Adjustable?
Yep.
Wouldn't want this falling on your toe. And we'd have to put our days without incidents back to 0. Gonna take some weight off of the 3-point cylinder, pull that lift pin, because hiding behind there, this is your PTO brake right there. And we got to pull that out of there before we can pull the whole PTO clutch out. It's kind of a cool little banjo fitting into a JIC fitting. And just make sure you get those copper washers. Well, who put that in so tight?
You probably.
Just an O-ring fitting.
Yeah.
Ow. That was my knuckles. Okay. That in there, that is the plunger for your PTO brake. So that line pressurizes and pushes that plunger in. And that plunger has threads in it, so we thread a little bolt in there and you can pull that plunger out. Like that. Now that that's out of there, we should be able to pull this back end off. There we have it. Clutch pack, differential, a lot of fresh goo. In full disclosure, someone was just in here working on this, like not long ago. If I find that guy, we're gonna have words. There he is. That guy. Alright, so like I was saying, we were just in here because this shift fork broke. So this shift fork that's welded, this rod is welded right in here. That weld broke and that became separated. And what this shift fork does, there's a collar down in here that shifts it from 540 to 1000. And I think that may be where our problem lies, where the grinding is. It's not shifting through properly. So that's what we're investigating. Okay, thrust washer on the back side of that. Uh-huh. So the shift collar appears to be in quite good shape. It's a little beat up on this side. But this gear, which I'm assuming is the 1000, those teeth are chewed right off. That took some serious impact. That is more than likely our issue. That and the shift collar won't shift into it. Because if that shift collar would shift all the way into that and lock in, we'd probably be okay. This gear new is $1,800 just for that gear. So what we opted to do, is I took a file and I cleaned up all them little burrs on there, so that that shift collar engages fully and smoothly all the way around. That being said, we can reassemble and have smooth shifting between 540 and 1000 PTO. Thrust washer. Okay, we got a new nut. New nut. Lock that down. Very specific torque spec. Now it's 217 foot-pounds, but somehow I gotta hold this PTO shaft stationary to torque that.
Alright, there we have it. PTO shift assembly between 540 and 1000 is all reinstalled. Now the fun part is getting this set up back in the tractor. So this is the tricky part. All the way in the back up there, that little circle, there's a little collar that's just loosely sitting on there. And from way back here, you gotta try and line that shaft up. This shaft here. That's gotta line up in there. Just poking and hoping. Story of my life.
Otherwise, 50 stays for 50 days. Now he had some corporate sponsors every time he.
I think we're gonna have to go down more. Go up a little bit. So once you get it in and a couple of them snugged up, you want to make sure that all this stuff turns. I mean, you're turning a lot of material, but make sure it turns smoothly, because you can get that shaft. I did it once where you jam it in underneath the shaft and that shaft will flex enough, but it was really chunky because you could feel it turning on like the grooves of the shaft, and it was chunk, tunk, tunk. And you knew you didn't have it in right, but you can tell this is spinning smoothly. So we got her. First try. All right, let's get our supply lines reconnected and our clutch brake reconnected. Make sure you got both your banjo crush washers in there, copper crush washers. Boom.
I was wondering first. Is my just
That'll do it. Well guys, she spins up. Doesn't grind anymore. We got her. So, back in service. Thanks all for watching. Appreciate it. Catch you on the next one.